What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon. PGA DFS edition for the U.S. Open. We are back with another PGA video. If you like this one or you liked last week's, hit the like button. We're trying to bring you as much content as humanly possible, as it's only me doing it. So we're going to go over a ton of things in this video. If you need a little bit more help, we do have the article here, which we're going to go over, which is down below in the description of the video. If you need a little bit more help on that, we do have a cheat sheet. We have a bacon station. We've got simulations as well. So all of that is part of FTA Plus. $10 a week, $30 a month, $200 a year. You can check it out. That includes every single sport that we're going to go over. So that being said, we did pretty well last week. And a couple of you actually showed me how well you did in PGA, whether or not it was on Discord you showed me, you emailed me on Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it. We had some success. So hopefully this video finds you doing well. We're going to go over just the course. We're going to look at the weather. We're going to look at some of the bets that make sense. We are also going to look at some of the plays, a little bit of the player pool. If you want to see more of the player pool, obviously that's on the website, but everything is there. In the description of this video is the article that we're looking at right now. Also, it's the link to DFS Hero. So if you've been looking for an optimizer, we've partnered up with them. If you sign up using our link and you pay, you go through your trial. I think it's 5-day free trial. And then you go for a month and you get their monthly pass. If that goes through and it's your first time depositing with them, you let us know your username on there and we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus on top of it. If you sign up with them, and you go through the whole thing and you do a yearly pass, we're going to give you a yearly pass as well. So their optimizer is one of the best in the business, but we've got a lot of projections. We've got a lot of things you can tweak those, all of those optimizers and make it better. So if you are interested, click the links down below. So as of right now, weather looks to be good. I think we're good with weather. I kind of just wanted to talk about the course overview. Pinehurst 2, it's one of the most storied courses in golf. Location is in North Carolina. It's a par 70. We've got 7,543 yards. Green type is Champion Ultra Dwarf Bermuda Grass. Probably didn't wake up thinking you were going to say all of that. Fairway width, normal, 35 to 45 yards in landing area. So pretty decent sized fairways. There are 117 bunkers, so quite a bit. We do have one hazard, only one hole with water hazard in play. So that's pretty good. And the average green size is 6,500 square feet. So just kind of looking, the course histories here if you want to look at it. Course insights. What do you need to be successful this week? Driving accuracy versus distance. Well, driving accuracy can be advantageous. Accuracy off the tee is huge. You need to be very accurate. So you got to find the players. And we've got all of this in like the bacon station stuff. You got to find the golfers that can hit it straight and long and keep it narrow, because the majority of them, that's where they're going to be the most effective. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this. If you want to see the course insights, the putting, the takeaways, that is in the article. Go check it out. Weather is there. Some betting picks. So some of these betting picks we've got. Scotty's 3.25 to 1. I mean, he's the hottest golfer on the planet, like winning everything. He's very expensive on the sites, but he's winning everything. Rory, 12 to 1, is a fantastic option. Love is back. There were rumors that he was dating the golf analyst lady, but now him and his wife decided to call off the divorce for whatever. Maybe love is in the air. Maybe love is in the air for Rory today, or this weekend, I should say. Xander's another one. Colin Morikawa and Bryson DeChambeau, those are the ones that are the best odds for betting. Then we get into our core plays. So what do we look for in the core plays? What do we need? What do we want to see? They're very expensive. Yes, Scotty. Yes, we know he's very expensive. $13,000. Win last week, prior week, tied for second, tied for eighth. Win. He's winning everything. He is absolutely dominating. He even gets arrested, and he still wins. Still wins is what we're looking at. So many things to look over. Obviously, Scotty's going to be very expensive. It's going to be very kind of hard to fit everyone in there using him. But if you're one that makes like multiple lineups and you go through this and that's kind of what you're looking for, I completely understand that Scotty, I feel like Scotty has to be in one of your lineups. If you make multiple, he's got to be in at least one, if not more, of your lineups. He's one of the plays that I am most looking forward to, but it just depends. So that's kind of where we're at thinking-wise. You got to get Scotty in there a little bit. You got to get Morikawa in there, 9,400. You're going to save a ton of money. He's made 11 of 13 cuts there. Another one I'm looking at is Hideki Matsuyama. Matsuyama coming in, he's made 12 of 12 cuts. He's averaging 70 fantasy or 70 rate. His fantasy points per game is 79.8. It's been down a little bit, but these are all ones that we want to talk about. So if we're talking about, let's just talk about this a little bit too. So I have this on the screen, and we can look at their, looking at certain plays that make sense. We also want to look at recency bias, how they've done recently this year, and then how they've done on this course in the past. So the weather looks to be good. As of now, unless, a thunderstorm or something pops up, rain pops up, it looks to be decent for the next week. So we should be good. The weather's not too hot. The balls should carry. We are good on that front. But let's just take a look. So going to our core plays. We've got Scotty here. Obviously, we know he's amazing. Overall, his last 5 or 6, actually, if you go back, the last times he's played, last week was first place. 2 weeks prior, second place. Week prior to that, 8th place. Before that, at RBC, first place. Masters, first place. Houston, second place. TP and AP, first and first. He's been absolutely on fire. That is why we've got him in here. His course history on this course, 3rd last year. 2022, he got 2nd. 2021, he got 7th. He has dominated here. He's dominating everywhere. You got to give him in your lineups. Colin Morikawa coming in here. We look at him. His last 5, second place last week. He skipped 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, 4th place, followed by 4th place, followed by 16th, followed by 9th and 3rd. He's been on fire lately. His course history here, 14th, 5th, 4th, 62nd, and 35th back in 2019. So recency, he's been pretty good. Last year, 14th place. So he makes what I need. I need him in some of my lineups as well. Matsuyama is another one that I want to look at. Hideki Matsuyama, the best place he's ever gotten here is 2nd, and that was back in 2017. He's gone 32nd, 4th, 26th, 17th, 21st, 16th, and 2nd. Not the best, but again, he's got some, you save a ton of money, at least on DraftKings anyway. He is 10,400 on Fanduel. We look at that. He played last week, he got 8th, and they took 2 weeks off, got 35th. So recently, he might be more of a tournament-only pick because recently he has not done well. Historically, he's done pretty good at this course. Then a couple of the golfers that I do want a ton of exposure to, Tom Kim and Siwoo Kim. So if we look at these, just kind of look, and all of these are on the website. You can find Tom Kim, 8th place last week, or last year at this place, and 23rd the year before. That's the only times he's played. Last week he did not do well, 43rd, but he's played the last 4 weeks in a row. 43rd last week, 4th the week before, 24th and 26th. So obviously a tournament pick for me. I usually don't play cash in, I'll be honest, I usually just play tournament for golf, and that's kind of, I think that's probably what I'm going to do here. And then we've got Siwoo Kim coming in. Last week, he's been kind of down at this course. 39th last year, 82, 40, 82, 129, 68, 13th. Not the best. And recency, 15th last week. He took a week off, 56, 123rd. So looking at these are tournament picks because you've got to have some of these picks in this exposure list because if you want to pay up for Scheffler, Morikawa, or Matsuyama, you got to find some value picks here. It's just what's going to happen. And then mid to low exposure, Shane Lowry, Thigala, Russell Henley, Keegan Bradley, and Billy Horschel are just some of the player pool that I wanted to talk about. Now, the rest of the player pool, everything's on the cheat sheet. You can check that out. We've got cheat sheet. We've got lineups that you can look at and check. We've got the Bacon Station, which has projections, history, strokes gained, everything there. It's got a ton of information for you, but I kind of wanted to go through what I'm looking for in this week. Just looking at this, if we're playing, if we're betting first round bets, now a lot of people like to bet golf. They don't bet the entire weekend. They do round by round. If we're looking at round one bets, I am looking at all of the golfers in the AMT times. And that is just kind of how I'm going to do. And it's been the trend the past few weeks. Take the AMT times, not the afternoon, for whatever reason. Unless weather tells you it's going to rain in the morning, take the afternoon or whatever. Weather should be good here. We should be good with the weather. I think we are on par, pun intended, for great weather this weekend. And we will look at this. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Some of the plays that we've talked about, I don't mind. And then maybe some low exposure plays that we didn't even talk about. Now, these are tournament only plays. These are not ones that I would put a ton of money in. I'm not betting these guys, but I will have some exposure. Let's say we make 20 golf lineups this weekend. Some of these guys got to be in there just because of their price. A couple of them are Mark Hubbard. I would look at Steven Yeager. Those are right around 6,200 to 6,000 on DraftKings. Lucas Glover, I'm looking at a little bit. Sepp Straka, I'm looking at. Kurt Kitayama, I'm looking at. Minwoo Lee, 7,300, a little bit more expensive, but up there. Odds are 69 to 1 to win. Alex Noren, he's got 105 to 1 odds to win. And then Harris English would be another one. Now, some of these could miss the cut. Some of these might withdraw. That is the name of the game. I'm looking at a little bit of these. So kind of what we're looking at is if you want to take, for instance, if you want to build a couple lineups. Now, these are not end-all, be-all lineups. These are just kind of sample lineups that I'm talking about. And some people look at sample lineups. If you think you can get Scheffler in there, great. He is very expensive, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get him in there as much as we want. So I think we go down in Morikawa. So Morikawa is pretty damn good. Got some great odds, 6 top 10s, 9,400. You're going to save a ton of money off Scheffler. That's kind of where I'm looking at here. We're going to go back to what we did last week. Corey Connors. He was in my lineups last week. He tied for 20th, 67 fantasy points. Not exactly what we needed, but he could be one that could build around. So we're looking at that a little bit. Another one from like last week, Finau. So when I'm building these lineups, I am definitely looking for guys that hit the ball straight, the tee times, shot, just everything else, shots gained. We're looking at everything. And all of these I'm pulling these directly, this screen right here, I'm pulling these directly off of our Bacon Station and cheat sheet. So we've got it all there. Go check it out. Sign up if you have not. Another one we looked at last week, kind of a little bit of exposure. This is more of a balanced lineup than anything. He got 20th last week, so he tied with Corey Connors, which now allows us about 8,400 overall. And then if you kind of want some leverage on the field, we definitely could look at that. If you want like a Mark Hubbard, which 6,000, made all cuts, so he's made it. Game log got 42nd last week at 59.5, so not the best, but at 6,000, if you put him in there, now you got 10,800. It's Bryson, it's Brooks, it's Hovland, guys from the Live coming over because this is a major championship. You could put him in there. If you don't want to go with Mark Hubbard, you want to go with like Steven Yeager. 6,200 allows you to go other places. Game log, he has not been the best, though. Last week he got cut, 72nd or 76th, 21st at the Wells Fargo, 20th at the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson. So it really just depends on where you want to go. So you could put in a Bryson, who Live Golf last week, 63. PGA Championship, the middle about a month ago, 126.5. He got second place. He can hit the ball very well. So this is just a sample lineup that you can go with. So Morikawa there, looking at what he brings to the table, kind of anchoring there, the second highest priced guy on the slate, or in the lineup, with DeChambeau being 10,100. If you can't get in Scheffler. Now, we should be able to get in a lot of guys. FanDuel, pricing's a little bit easier. Again, Scheffler, again, if you make multiple lineups, get him in there. But again, looking at this, 13,500 is pretty damn expensive. Billy Horschel's another one that you could look at. 8,100, made 10 of 14 cuts, 59.8 last week. Had a couple of overs here, tied for 15th. He could be in a lineup. Now, again, these are initial lineups without anyone withdrawing, without the weather changing or anything. This can and should change before lineups lock. Now, the only problem with PGA, lineups lock early in the mornings. If you've never played them before, it's about 5:45 a.m. Central, 6:45 Eastern, just depending. So definitely take a look, because you got to get your lineups locked pretty much the night before and hope that no one withdraws after taking practice shots in the morning. That's the only problem. We've used On before, and we do that. Now we can average right around 9,800 on FanDuel, which is completely okay. Another one we talked about earlier, Sepp, looking at him, 9 of 14 cuts. The problem is he has missed some cuts. That's definitely the problem. But lately he's been doing pretty good. Tied for 5th in the last 2 times he's gone. 100th there, 8th, 5th. He's got a lot of top 10 finishes there. 8,700 allows us to go to 10,400, about an average there. We get another big name in here in Xander. He's 12,000. Made all of the cuts. Doing pretty well. 8th place there. PGA Championship, he obviously won first. And then that brings us down to Alex Noren and down. Whether or not you want to go with Alex Noren, I get that. If you want to go with Ricky Fowler, I'm probably off Fowler. We've already talked about Noren. We had him last week. I was all over him last week. 22nd, so missed the top 20, but I'm looking at him there. So this is just an example of a golf lineup. This is not an end-all, be-all. Maybe I throw this in there. We will see how the day progresses. But I wanted to give you guys information, just a little tidbits on what we have. If you want to dig in deeper, it would help the channel out so much if you click the link down below, which is this article right here that we've talked about, and go check it out. Share the article, share this video, leave some comments on here. Let me know what you guys would like to see in these PGA videos moving forward. If you have not already checked out our MLB content, at the end of this video, right somewhere at the bottom, today's video will be there. You will be able to click on that and check out our in-depth MLB video. So that's what I've got, a quick little video for you. Hopefully you guys do well this week. Let us know how you do. Let us know how you did in PGA last week. Leave some comments. Get in the Discord. Let's have some fun. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.